Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Divide by Sheep. So we ended on kind of a bummer in the last recording, not being able to finish this last puzzle, but we still have some more to do, so we'll go back to Dark World. It does feel like we are, by the end of this episode, going to be at a point where I am either going to figure out all but one puzzle, or maybe two, or I'm not going to figure out any of the puzzles and then just have to give up. Now, noticeably here, there's two spots in this step where you need to lose lives, and you have 3 platforms that just aren't playing a role. You also need 5 in groups of 3 and 2, which I think pretty much limits you down to what's gotta happen quite a bit. We can throw this way for 2, we could throw this way for 3, we could throw it this way for 2, we could throw this way for 1. So then maybe we work backwards here and try and do some subtraction as far as, can we get 3 deaths involving this group? And when we look at that, actually no, you can't, because we need to, in the previous step, save 5 sheep, which then at maximum would have only 2 sheep here. So we need at least 1 death, and there's no real way to get 1 death other than jumping this to an empty platform here, which if we were jumping that to an empty platform to get 1 death, that would mean that there was 4 here not being used up until that point. So can we do the first thing? We'll just think backwards recursively on this. Can we kill 6 now if we don't involve the 5 sheep here? Not from this side alone, we would need at least 1 death over here, and let's think that further through. This could at best kill 5, because we can jump here and then jump that here and jump that here, and then I could kill 1. So let's see if that works. There's your 5. Okay. Now, next step we have to be kind of careful about, because we're going to jump this group to a 3 and lose 1 more. Here. And then here. Now, the problem we've set ourselves up with is that there's possibly not enough places to kill here. We need 2 more deaths. If we could get 1 more death, we would have had that. Okay. So we got very close there. What did we do wrong? This would kill 1. Like, there's just no way you're going to get the 5 sheep in the second step without involving these. So, unless you are actively jumping instead of this direction here, this direction to kill 2, which maybe that works. If we did this here, Did that there. Did that. There's 2. That then leaves only 1 on this side and requires me to only kill 4 on this side. So can I kill 4 on this side with this lone surviving sheep at the end? Could kill 2 that way and then kill 1 this way. You could kill 1 that way and then kill 1 that way. Yeah. If I jumped this over here, I'd kill 3. And then that leaves us with 1. But then we can go back over here and kill 1 that way. But can I somehow manage to kill 3 as the last step? Yes, I can. Just jump that there. Once again, when these puzzles work, they just feel like they were so obvious. Doesn't really feel like there's a trick to it. I want to try and like compare these puzzles to something like the Talos Principle or Portal, but honestly I can't even remember the Talos Principle or a specific Portal puzzle that would be a good comparison. But yeah, the feeling certainly is there that in those games you're making steps towards progressing, and here it just seems like you're getting lucky, or you're figuring out the one pattern, but by figuring out the right pattern, you're just figuring out the right pattern. You're not like looking at wrong mistakes and learning from those mistakes. Yeah, that's the best way to explain it. You're just not learning from your mistakes in this game. At least I'm not. How many sheep do we want at the end? 2. How are we gonna get 2 sheep? We'd have to do something like that. And there's our 2 sheep. How many wolves are we going to want? And everything's said and done. 3. How can I get 3 wolves? I have 4 now. So landing in the middle here is probably not the right move. Is there any way if we did that we would get 2? No. So if we are going to severely reduce the number of sheep, it's got to be this lower section here. Like that. I guess you could do that. But then we're short a wolf. So we've got to do what we've accomplished here just on a 1 smaller platform. And since we don't have a 1 smaller platform from 8, we don't have a 7, we've got to split it up to something that would equal 7. And nothing equals 7 either. Or at least not directly. There's your 3 wolves. Now uninvolved. But there's no way to kill this one sheep. So maybe it's just a combination move. We do that, and then we do that. You lose 1. Then you do that. And you've got 3. So you're back to having 3. Which is gonna lead to too many deaths. So it's not really a combination. And there's an... Alright, we got the perfect example of buggy programming there. Like, we've seen that bug multiple times, and it's obviously creating a massive amount of lag. But if we were to do something like this, that would kill 1 wolf. And then you could throw that, and that would give us 2 wolves, which is not the right number. That would get us to 2 sheep. But kills an extra sheep for no reason. So I don't think it's a combining thing. And yeah, you can't feed the wolves up there. You can't separate anything. So maybe the move is something like this. Okay, we've got now our 2 wolf set, 2 sheep. If we were to feed this 3 sheep to the wolves, that would be too many. If we were to feed the 2 to the wolves, that kills 1 wolf. So we would have to not lose that 1 wolf. Somehow. Or maybe you can bump it like that, so that there would have been 2 here. Then you could have landed that. Is this possibly way easier than it seems? And that you're just supposed to do something like this? Just kill a bunch of wolves to begin with? Nope. There are specific limitations here. We need at least 1 pile of wolves with 3. We need at least 2 piles of sheep. Because we have to have some kind of interaction here. It's not something as simple as just moving back and forth. There are no special platform elements here. So let's experiment with this again. That, and then that playing there. That kills a small number. If we were perhaps to reduce our numbers a little bit more, so we now have a 5. if we did this, it would be down to 4. Okay. Oh, we're still at 5. Really? And that'll kill 1. It's not gonna work. What if we did that? And just... then there's only room for 1. Okay. So then we would need some kind of 2. If we were to do this, that leaves room for 2. Then I guess that could give you 2. Then that gives you your 3 wolves. I've got it. Should have just tried more possibilities about moving wolves down that way. Obviously. I should have thought of the one thing I didn't think of until I thought of it. Which could be the answer to pretty much any puzzle ever. Let's do this 19 since I see it, and then we'll do 20. And this may have been one that we had already kind of struggled with. I think it was. I do recall this puzzle. So very much, I think the move here is to reduce the amount of loss immediately. Do that, then do that, then do that. That loses you only 2, at least at the beginning. And then you probably want to free up this platform for extra space. So doing that. Once you've accomplished that, now it's a matter of just trying to maintain, I guess, fairly high number of sheep. And also we're going to end up losing a lot of sheep. Maybe, like, you need at least 3 here, so if I was to do that and then take that off, and then do that and take that off, that's fine. Although maybe that's not fine, because we're going to get the wrong number of deaths, I think. So you do that, and then you're basically forced to go there to get the right amount of deaths. Oh, and I guess it just probably doesn't matter how many deaths are left after that point. So I'm just like 1 short. Maybe it makes more sense to swap around like that and do it that way. See, the only thing that kind of wouldn't make sense now would be if you just had far too many merged together. But maybe you do need to merge some things together. A 4 and a 4 would be really 7, and then 7 there is too many. And so you'd lose, unless you're supposed to lose, a 4 and 2 would be 5. You didn't need to make that decision early. Okay. Whoops. Can't do that swapping, can you? So I should be short here. Yeah, by quite a bit. You probably want to free up this spot, come to think of it. So that's probably not the right move to do it like this, but if you had freed up this spot, then you could have done that. You could have then swapped to save, then done that. Then done that. Done that. Done that. That was the wrong number. That doesn't leave enough. Let's see. So there's almost like no danger at all to just take that and clear that path. Or you could have also cleared that path. Now, I don't think it matters one way or the other. 1, 2. So what I think is going to happen here is you'll lose one here when you drag this to this spot. You'll lose one here when you drag it to this spot. But then you're going to have this desire to jump here. And at that spot, you're going to have one extra. So I think you probably... Let's see. Well, that's the right move. The next step, I think, is probably to just move there. But I'm short one. I'm consistently short one. See if we can maybe think backwards on this. We need not 6. We need a combined of 2 things that would in total be worth 8. Pretty much. I'm still pretty sure that's the right move. I might be wrong about this. No. If I was to throw this here, that prevents it from losing anything, and that gives me some safety. Well, if I'm gonna get from let's see, 5 would go down to 4, that would go down to 3, so if that's the right move, then this would have to be the right move. Okay. Now 7 is too much. 7 would go down to 6 and then it would just die very quickly. And 2 is kind of useless. So maybe the move is to do this. Whoops. That's not the move. Unless I'm just supposed to waste that. Yeah, no way that's right. Yeah, 7 is just going to be reduced down to a 3. So the only reason it would make sense to bring that up to a 7 is if you were going to actively use it as your burner. Let's see. If I swap these two, that would be a mistake. If I threw the 3 in here, that would be a mistake. So if everything was correct at this point, which it probably isn't, I really should just do that. And then, I guess maybe that. That's the wrong kind of, that's too many deaths. And that would lose me that 1. Might be a move here, though. Obviously there is a solution. Seems like the swap spots here are just in the way. Put that there. But if I've got to lose one, then I just have to kind of jump back that way. So do we have enough of a setup here where we could add that, then add that? No. It doesn't work. Do we need something bigger than 2? Maybe the move is to just lose 1 that way. Okay. But I would still assume that the swap is not actually being helpful in this, and that's the solution. Then you can move that 2 here. Then that would be 1. And then that would be 1. And the problem with this, though, is you can't move forward, can you? As soon as you do that, that's 2 deaths. As soon as you do that, that's in the way. Even at 5, that's in the way. Let's try this idea. What if we were to throw this one here, toss this one here, toss that one there, and do that. That eliminates those issues. And then maybe you just build this up this way. And swapping still is probably a mistake. But at least we can kind of cycle. So I just need 4. How can I have 4 though? So nothing works. You've got to get these 2 landed. Then I guess you get rid of this since it can't loop around. That seems right. And then everything seems like the move is to maybe not merge this to 7. Would that do anything for us? I don't feel like it would. You did that one, then you did that one. Then if I guess I added that, that would get us to that spot. Then we could jump off this. Still, however, you're magically coming off 1 short. Yeah, I'm finding this fairly frustrating. And there's very much nowhere to run and nowhere to hide now, as far as these puzzles go. I guess what I'm not getting is there needs to be a setup that's done here. I've got all the first few steps, I think, locked in. But there needs to be a setup where this spot here is like over here. That way, when we do this, and we do this, you want 1 more death, which means you can jump to either of these platforms. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. Need it to be here. So maybe the move is to do something like this, and this, and then that, and then that. No. I need it to be 1 step ahead. Okay. So maybe the very first move, well, the very first move can't be changed, and maybe that's what's confusing me. But if I had this to a 3 at this spot, and then we jumped that to a 2, and this still would only get us to 3, right? You just need a whole nother group. So this is a 4. Maybe this changes things a little bit. Kind of feels like this should be in that spot then. Let's see how this goes. This would be a point to lose. Okay. And then you land here. That's the wrong number of this. You land there. That's the wrong number of sheep. Okay, I give up. So, if that was 19, let's look at 20. We have a lot of death happening over here, and we want to maximize this death, I imagine. You have 8, and that leaves us a minimal amount of minimal amount of room here. I would assume move is that you're going to do something like this, then maybe you're going to do something like this later. You lose too much otherwise, so you've got to jump the wolf this way if that first move was correct. And then move here is going to be land those. Okay. And then I guess I just move. Wow, that was super easy. And almost certainly that was a case where I had only tried once. Let's go back to Spring World, I guess. Is this the first one here? I definitely don't feel like I've spent as much time on this. Okay, if I was to throw this here, that would only kill 2. We would need 4 pigs. So is there any way, possibly, I could kill the right number without using the pigs? You only have 4 platforms, so pretty much half has to be with the pigs. Launch. Okay. This feels super easy if you just get the order right. Put the sheep here to protect the TNT platform. Kill the pigs here. Okay. Now, how do we get the pigs on there without killing the sheep? Nope, it's not that easy, is it? Maybe it's something easier than that. Maybe it's just kill one that way, and then kill some sheep that way. And that's the right number, except for it's not the right number of pigs, nor is it the right number of sheep. Okay. We do that. Then we do that. Then we do that. Still one short. One pig short. We move that there, and then we do that. Then we do that. Still doesn't work. If we do that, then that, then that. Seems like any combining at all is going to be wrong. So then the question really is coming down to, how could this be solved in any other way? If I could select whether sheep or pigs jumped first, that would be helpful. There's just no way around this. If you take the pigs off the platform, you then are limited to whatever remaining pigs or sheep you have. The math just doesn't want to add up. We know that for a fact this is wrong. That can't be the move. If we jump this, and then that reduces that down to 6, and then we did that, well then as soon as the pigs jump on it, the TNT platforms explode. So that was wrong too. If there was possibly a way to move things around, but I don't see a way to move things around. There's no secret platforms, no extra reserve of sheep. The minimum we can get to sheep to is 4. So everything screams that this has to be the move. Okay. But then how do you get the pigs back without killing at least one sheep? Well, one thing you could do, and it's got to be somehow part of this, is that you could move this over here. Right. Then what does that do for us? It lets us put the sheep here. Then if we remove 4 from that, that would leave 3. Yeah, that's probably a great example once again of where there really was only one correct path, and if you couldn't find that one correct path, finding the wrong path isn't going to help you any. And so it's very easy to just overlook the one correct solution. And yeah, I just don't think I enjoy puzzles like that. That seems to be like arbitrarily difficult. Do I have a way of ending up with 5 sheep on this platform and 4? Yeah, you have to get the exact right number of sheep. So all the sheep need to be on that platform. Or at least some of the sheep need to be on that platform. If I throw the 5 here, it's going to reduce it down to 1, so I probably made a mistake at this point. Because what we would need here is for 5 to reduce the pigs to 4. And I think that may be it. This definitely feels like a puzzle that I only tried once and then moved on. I probably didn't try exactly once, but that seems like something I hadn't even really put too much effort into. This one's only got 1 star. So we want 2 pigs. Then we want to feed 6 to the kraken, which the kraken hasn't played any real role in the game other than in the middle of this world on some puzzles. And then 2 wolves. So the biggest question here is, how do we reduce the number of wolves down? We need some way to have only 1 sheep. And I don't see a way to do that other than maybe do something like that. And then I guess that might work, and that might work. Okay. Can't do that one though. Since it is this plus shape, it kind of doesn't matter the order you pick one way or the other. Okay, so we don't want the wolves to eat the pigs, so then we move the pigs this way, then we throw a wolf. That protects this platform now. So we've got our final solution. We've got 6 maybe in 2 and 5, and we've got 2 pigs, so not these 2. So the 6 is all going to be sheep, which we do have 6 sheep. Alright. So then the question just comes down to, how do we get the pigs in the right space? Yeah, move the 1 over here. Move the 5 over here. Pigs go that way, pigs go that way, and pigs are now gone. Kraken shows up. We really didn't get a story as to why the kraken existed, nor did we really get a decent enough story as far as why Death just wanted to kill all these animals, and nor do we have really a protagonist character, assuming Death isn't supposed to be the protagonist character. would explain, like, try and defeat death or stop death. If anything, we're working for death and helping him. Yeah, which then means there is no antagonist character by that thought. And I'm having a really hard time seeing where the stars are. There's definitely room for some kind of perhaps different color scheme in the background, or something else. Different colored trophies. I guess there's one here and there's one here. Let's see. I probably shouldn't even try this. Let's take a step back here. Yeah. I'm missing a star here. I'm missing a star here. That would be 2. So there's another puzzle here that I'm missing a star on in Spring World. Then still struggling with this puzzle, which I'm probably gonna have to just look up the solution to that. And we've still, I guess, struggling with this puzzle, which I'm probably gonna have to look up the answer to that. Yeah, we've been through those 2 puzzles a couple times now, and it just doesn't really make sense to take this any further than 1 more episode, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to end this episode. I'm going to bring up the solution to the first puzzle on a walkthrough so I can cheat immediately on those 2 puzzles, and then I'll leave myself open to whether I want to cheat on the other 2 puzzles, since there's only 4 left. Meanwhile, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.